Hello and welcome back to Kerbal Space Program and my Let's Play of said game. My name is Hillstash, and I started working on the shuttle that I'd worked on 2 videos ago and had all those issues with, and I thought I tried to make a new one from scratch, and I ended up with the same problem. The wrong tanks were on, and was like, what is going on? And I thought, oh well, I probably should update the B9 mod. So I went and see if there was any updates, and there are. It's up to version 5 of release 2. And I would highly recommend downloading it. I believe they fixed all the S2. This is the S2 cockpit. So now it has liquid fuel tanks instead of just non-liquid fuel tanks. Oh, and they've even put 2 crew tanks on this one. They've also included in the new version some default ships, planes, craft. And this is one of them. This is the Hinin, I believe, which is fun that he's kind of named them after famous sci-fi authors. So that's pretty cool. And this appears to be a space plane. It's got these 3 of these LVT-45 engines, which are very, very nice ones. Anyway, I thought I'd just give the default planes a try. I did find a problem with this one that once the button to ignite the engines toggled all these closed, so they immediately burned out. So I've fixed up some of the action groups. And now let's take this thing up. I like the look of it. It's pretty nice. I don't know what these are. Is there two? Just the one. Just gonna control it here for a second. Try to get a takeoff. Okay. Get the gear up. Nice. And now we'll try to get some altitude. Oh, that's one thing it doesn't have is control. Oop, it's got RCS, but it doesn't have what I'm trying to say. Any sort of SAS or ASAS. I don't think. Oh no, it does seem to have. Well, maybe that's what that is. It doesn't say. I can't right-click on it and see. Oh no, I'm slowly dropping down here, and I can't bring it back up. So it's not the flight version of that. Anyway, it's got lots of RCS at the tips here. Unsure what that is. We'll find out maybe later. What we really need is altitude. So we got Dudevin and Sealer. I think they were on previous flights. And yeah, so I saw that they'd rebalanced some parts, redone some parts. Everything hopefully should be fairly stable now. It's been a number of weeks since the B9 thing came out. I really like the look of this ship too. And wings on the bottom is something I'd never tried before, and it seems to work out really nicely with the engines then being right in the center of mass, or at least close enough that it's not really noticeable to me. Keep altitude here. Oh, I'm almost tempted to go back and put mech jeb on this, but I'm sure I can fly it by hand. It's just a little annoying to have to keep hitting. Oh, I guess I can use the trim. Yes. More trim. Ah, yeah, my wrist is getting sore just that little bit I did there. Okay, so we'll just keep an eye on that. That seems to be fairly stable. Gain some altitude. Yeah, looks good. 3 rocket engines, and they've got a ton of. They're I think, are they 200 kilonewtons of thrust? I can't remember. I guess we could just 200 indeed. So that's awesome. That's 600 kilonewtons of thrust, which is, you know, far more, 10 times more than one nuclear engine. So this might not have the same delta V as some of the stuff I like to try to launch with the really efficient SSTO kind of style, but I mean, this looks like it'll be a nice SSTO as well. So okay, it's starting to maybe get too much nose up. Maybe I'm wrong. We're getting up 200 meters a second now. Intake air is dropping, but still seems to be reasonable. There's the island airport. Get this, okay, climb rate. It's dropping, but that's okay. I want it to drop a little bit as we get to closer to 10,000, so we gain some velocity. We're at 9,000 now, is that? Yeah. And one of the big questions I have is without SAS and MechJeb, how easy is it going to be to control as I get up to higher altitudes? We shall see. So what's going on in life? Let's see. Passed my physical this week that I need to get training on my D license. That's for driving any vehicle over 11,000 kilograms, but not having a trailer. So I can now drive, or when I get the D, I'll be able to drive things like fire trucks, obviously, and dump trucks. And there's not really many other vehicles that fall in that category. So that's exciting. I can always be a garbage man, or at least a driver of. Okay, getting some speed, approaching the speed of sound, presuming it's the same on Kerbin. Let's see, my wife is still pregnant. No baby yet. Let me check. Nope, she's still pregnant. And I guess we're hoping pretty soon. It's a week and a half from today, so a little under a week and a half from tomorrow for her due date. So, you know, it could happen at any moment. Hillstash could be a dad. And we need to come up with a name for my wife, a nickname for my wife. She doesn't have a mustache, so I don't know. Mrs. Hillstash? No, doesn't really work. Don't know. Let's see. Not a lot else new. It's been pretty quiet. Been pretty busy. We had visitors and stuff lots on the weekend, and went to a get-together. And then Sunday we just took essentially as a ridiculous relaxation day because we kind of needed it. And it was quite nice. Okay, so somewhere past the speed of sound there. As long as our climb rate stays positive. Whoops. No. Accidentally throttled the engines down by hitting X. Alright, coming back up. Climb rate, hopefully will stabilize and come back up. Okay. So thinking about other games, there's Open XCOM is in beta now, and that's something I've been thinking about. I played a little bit of XCOM, and I thought about doing some recordings of XCOM. One of my favorite early YouTube subs, Tycho Selchu, who was playing a lot of Men of War, and then Men of War Allied Assault, was it? Or something along those lines. Actually, he wasn't. He was playing some, but then he was doing post commentaries on them. So it was kind of pre-Let's Play days that I got into watching him. And so they're not really Let's Plays per se, but anyway, he did do a Let's Play of XCOM, and it was fun. You could submit. You could say, yes, I want a soldier to be named after me. For those of you who are familiar with XCOM, it's an interesting thing to do with it, is that you can name all your soldiers and keep track of all their stats and things. And anyway, there was a Hillstash character for a while in the game until he got a friendly fire incident in the back. And but when you're watching the videos, when you've got characters named after you, you really get into the videos more, which is something that I find kind of cool. Okay, we're approaching engine out here. I'm gonna ignite these, and I'm gonna have to pitch down Oops. Well, crap. This doesn't have as much air intake as I was thinking it would. No, I want these out. Can I get this under control? I really need something like MechJeb, I think. I'm not great at flying these. I wasn't really paying attention there. We'll blame it on that. I don't think I'm going to get control of this. Really, I will, but not in time to continue trying to go to orbit, I'm guessing. I am now falling. Let's see, how's it look? How's it look from in here? Got the black of space. Very nice. So I don't know how stable this is. I wonder if the center of mass is kind of yeah, wow, this is really no, I want to keep going. It's too bad that it doesn't show what kind of G's these guys might be feeling. Hi, Elu. Oh, getting under control, getting under control. Nope. Semi under control. Nope. I'm gonna try to bring the jet engines back online here. So I think what ended up partly being the problem there was that I had the trim set to. Yeah. Anyway, I'm thinking that's the problem with this that I had with this. Under control now. How far did we make it? I made it halfway across the ocean. Not bad. Anyway, I'm gonna take a look at the other planes now. So let's just end this flight. We'll just pretend that we're in simulation mode here. Alright, we have that was the Hinin. The Strskki is massive. I don't think I've flown a plane this big before, so pretty cool. Let me just engines. Okay, that's probably the panels there. Lights. I don't know what that does. We'll have to look out what button 4 does. Does it open maybe it opens a bay at the back or something, I don't know. 9, 10, okay. Well, let's have a look at this thing. I mean, this guy has put a lot of thought into the models and that's a beautiful looking wing. Alright, 2 to close. That looks awesome. And 4. Oh, look at that! Whoops! It does actually hit the ground. And a green light comes on when it's open. That's awesome. Yeah, really, really nice stuff. So let's see how this thing flies. And again, wings on the bottom-ish. The engines, though, aren't really pushing through the center of... Oh yeah, it wants to fly. The center of mass as much, but I guess maybe it doesn't matter for these planes. And we're getting overheating. I haven't used these engines in quite some time. flies, it seems to fly really well. We've got Dudvin, Sealer, and Ribber Kerman. Let's open up. Can we? Oh yeah, this could be fun. If we can get a ship inside there. I'll be thinking about this. Is there any way we can get an SSTO kind of ship that we can launch from, you know, 10, 15,000 meters or something in here? Kind of drop it out the back. I'll be thinking about it. That could be pretty fun. Can these open up too? We could always do something like that, you know, and I don't know how we'd launch out of this per se. Oh, and there is a docking port here. This is worth thinking about. Especially with a plane that's this stable. I haven't really touched the controls yet. You just kind of touch them every once in a while, and it's just kind of, okay, that's exactly where I'll go then. I haven't done any trim or anything, it just wants to fly. So, okay, this has good potential. I don't know how good these engines are at higher altitudes, especially with only this much air intake. So we have a circular air intake, and then are these air intakes as well? I can't remember. So what's our air look like? Intake air 1.2 is our max. It's certainly not good enough for space planes, but we could always add more to these as well if need be. And we can switch these engines out and just put in the bigger engines too. The more high altitude engines, I guess. So I'm gonna I guess since I'm almost all the way here, I might as well try to land at the island airport. We'll try not to do a repeat of the, sometime back, maybe middle of season 1, when I was working on my Duna Rescue lander? And I was testing it here, because if it had the power to jump over and land here and then take back off and make it back, I figured it had enough power to handle Duna, I think. Yeah, anyway, that was my thing with that. It was challenging. I think I stranded a number of Kerbals here, and I did end up rescuing all of them. Boy, my memory's not good. Yeah, anyway, that was pretty fun. And then I did end up going to Duna and doing probably one of my most spectacular rescue missions ever. For those who are new to my channel, just scroll back a ways and get to Duna Rescue. Not too far back though, because I've done a couple Duna rescues. And they're all good, but they're not as good as the most recent one. Can I get a... why can't I use the good camera angle? Anyway, everyone knows how good I am at landing planes, so this should go well. I missed some controls like in Flight Sim where you've got slats, and flaps would be nice for, because we're landing these planes at full speed. No flaps to slow them down or anything. Alright. It's a pretty good line with the runway so far. Gears down. This is a very short runway compared to the Kerbal Space Center one. I think I'm coming in a little high. And this thing might have actually a big enough wingspan that this could be an issue here. Whoa. Oh! Yep. Why did they put the tower right beside the runway? Wow. That was pretty spectacular. Everyone's okay though, so oh, and this one doesn't have the model. Ah, that's too bad. That's too bad he didn't do that well while he was doing the updates, because this is a beautiful looking cockpit. Okay, so we've got a potential rescue mission. So this thing's got crew compartments? No, or was it? Or the other one did? No, not in flight. No, no, no. Why can't I? Oh, throttle. Thinks the throttle's up, so I can't go back to the Space Center. Anyway, we may be able to use that first ship as a rescue ship. So let's take a look at the Bradbury. So we've got the supersonic cockpit on this one. This thing again. Let's see if I can find it in the parts. Because he did mention in the updates there are some new parts. Ah, it is the avionics control unit. More relaxed and smooth flight computer. 300% slower hardware. Surface avoidance system. It works every time, 10% of the time. Will not actually avoid the surface. I wonder what it does do. Interesting. I'll have to try those out at some point and play with them. It's got a Mark II avionics package and ASAS package, so cool. So it's got this on it. I'm wondering though, yeah, how well it works and such. I think there was a new adapter somewhere in here, like something to S2 adapter maybe, which is I think one of the things I've been looking for, but I don't see. Yeah, maybe it was maybe it was this. I don't know. Anyway, those are pretty cool. And there's more control surfaces, I notice now. 1 meter control surface. And that's probably it for there. There's those landing legs that are very cool. I'm looking forward to using them. Ooh, red, white, and white. Oh, large Omni lights. So a different colored Omni light. Pretty cool. No new wheels. Looking forward to new wheels. And no new science stuff. Okay, anyway, this ship looks like kind of like a Concorde style fast plane. I didn't look at the looks like it's got more air intakes and it's using the higher thrust and higher altitude engines. I forgot to check if these were air intakes or cooling things, but anyway, ram air intakes are. So it says we only have 0.8 air available. I don't know. We'll see how this thing flies. It looks good. It looks kind of more like a traditional plane. Okay, we're up. And let's try this avionics package. It's just, I'm trying to pull up and it seems to not want to let me pull up. Maybe I'm just not seeing that right. Maybe it's just very slowly letting me pull up. It looks like this is just using the normal Mark I cockpit from the Kerbal, the normal stock one as well, but it's got the stuff overlaid on top of it, so it's kind of hard to see out this cockpit. I don't know. I guess it works as an SAS, but not really as an avionics package. That's what my feeling is. Like, I'd really want to go higher, but yeah, I guess it's kind of working. It is very slow and very flappy. it's got a bang bang controller, which is, it's either full on or full off, is what it looks like. It's not got a nice gradual, which is something I don't know if that's a limitation of the way they've programmed, to I don't know if it's an API that people use for these sorts of controls or what, but yeah, I don't know if you can you write your own control system? That's something, if I had more free time, as unfortunately you may know, I don't have a lot of free time, but if I had more free time, looking into writing a controller for this would be something fun. That's a light. It does have some random lights here and there. It's not dark enough to see them though. Anyway, my goal with this is just to see kind of how fast this thing can go. I guess it's pretty quick. Almost up to the speed of sound already. So, I guess my next episode then I'll get back and I'll redesign that shuttle and I'll do it better. And maybe I'll attempt to use this low wing method because it seems to work pretty well. These planes are all very controllable in the atmosphere, which is pretty good. They have a lot of control surfaces. That might be one of the reasons why. I don't think I'll use this avionics package though. I think I will use MechJeb, just because I'm comfortable with it. And we're starting to nose down there, so I'm going to hold up and see how this works. It does seem to be slowly working, so maybe I could use the the thing to fix these so that they go up. And that might help with this. Yeah, I'm up over 20 degrees now. Well over the speed of sound. See, now I'm thinking I want to level off a bit. So let's see here. How'd that work? How's my vertical speed? Dropping, good. See if this is our new express to new other continents jet. Well, I think I could potentially do better. I don't know. I really do want to make a what do you call them? A jet that suborbital. Yeah, suborbital space plane is something I've always wanted to make a really cool version of. And it looks, I think with these B9 parts I can do it. So they're not quite orbital. I mean, the thing with suborbital is to get, you know, halfway around the world on a single hop, you know, on a one blast of a jet engine kind of thing, or a rocket. It you end up using almost as much energy as being orbital. So got some re-entry effects going. 1,000 meters a second. Worried about flameouts here again. So you could always use the skip method, where now I can just let it drop back down again. Anyway, we're a third of the way across the ocean. Not so bad. Maybe I'll fast forward and see how long it takes at this point to maybe make it to the other continent. Okay, I guess I'm going to try to land this thing. That was actually pretty quick to the other continent. That was 9 minutes from takeoff to the other continent, which is pretty impressive. Now I've got the other ship I've landed over here. But if I don't slow down quickly, I've kind of overshot this continent. I guess I'll aim for up here, although that doesn't look very Doesn't look very soft. And I don't know what that is. Is that maybe something that parachuted down? I don't know. So yeah. These are really nice planes for sure. I have no real complaints. Yeah, I guess these... Whoa, dropping now. Guess we'll give it some throttle. These controllers, I'm not super impressed with, but they may be the Kerbal Space Program's limitations. KU-144 probe debris. probe debris. Yeah, so that was my part of my KU-144 testing program. I think that might be a KU-144 over there as well. Where does it look flat? It kind of looks flat right down this line here. Put on my fine controls. See if I get any better at landing. I'm still kind of laughing about that, the landing at the island airport with the big plane. It's like, from a ways away, I was looking at that control tower thinking, no, it's can't be that close to the runway, because so I was thinking, oh, the runway must just be bigger and wider than I remember it. And then as it was getting down close to landing there, it's like, oh, no, the runway's really not. Get the gear down. There wasn't a whole lot I could do, except for I guess I could have tried an abort and fly around or something. That would have been the safe thing to do, but not the Kerbal thing to do. Can it hold something like this? Or is this going to drop? Just save me having to continually play around here and keep using up my wrist strength. I think this thing could easily go around the world too, circumnavigate. That's something I've never done before in a plane or space plane or otherwise. So that'd be something fun to try sometime, perhaps. Yeah, so it's still flying well. I was trying to think how to circumnavigate. You'd really want something that's stable so you could walk away from the computer, because, well, I guess it took 9 minutes to get here, but that would still be quite a lot of time of waiting, and no one wants to watch a video that long. Is this going to work if I keep doing this? Seems to be working okay so far. Looking pretty flat. I see some hills up ahead. Oh, look at this shadow coming up. And Elu's walk right in front of the screen. Oh, that was a pretty smooth landing. I'm pretty happy with that. The ground was a little rougher than I was thinking too, so yeah, I'm definitely happy with that. And this thing has definitely the ability to fly back, so I probably will do that at some point. Leave those brakes on. So Durful, Kerman. Oh, let's check out the ability for people to get in and out of these. How does he enter hypersonic mode? What? What is hypersonic mode? Oh! It's changed a little bit in here, but I don't know what. Wow. I don't know. Does that change anything with the ship? I don't know, but that's awesome. Here's the crew hatch there. Oh, okay. I can't seem to... There we go. Okay, he is. He's out. There we go. Very nice. Having some slight issues there. There he is. Oh, no. Nope. There we go. Just, oh, nope. He doesn't seem to like that, doesn't seem to like that ladder very much. There's a train going by. Probably heard. So there we are, Durfel Kerman. This will be a good screenshot for the video. Very nice. Yeah, so I'll have to see. I imagine that doesn't make any difference beyond visual, but it certainly looks awesome. Now, how's this ladder work for getting back up? Oh, it's better for getting back up. There he is, back in. So that's awesome. All right, that was a quick look, I guess, at these the new B9 mod with some of the new parts and the included space planes or planes just in general. So yeah, pretty happy with all three of them. I've got some ideas. I'm inspired. I really do want to make this cockpit work for a space plane at some point too. I don't know, maybe a suborbital one. I don't know. We'll give it a try. Thank you very much for watching. My name is Hillstash. See you soon.